Hi everyone.
Hi.
It is time for our favorite thing of all to do on this channel, which is a theories, an ACOTAR theories. Is this an ACOTAR Crescent City crossover?
Yes.
Or are we in just an ACOTAR?
It's ACOTAR. It's actually all about Feyre. It is called High Queen Feyre and how things that might point to Feyre becoming High Queen. Enjoy.
Well, don't we know she's High Queen?
Of the Night Court, but I think
Like,
High Queen of Perithian.
Oh, of everyone. Okay.
Yeah. So this is from Shallyne on Tumblr. It is spelled Shallyne. So thank you for this. I came across this and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And it kind of gives points and everything like that. So.
Or Shallyne.
I
don't know.
All right, so number 1, Amarantha's titles mirror Feyre's titles. Excuse me, sir. Okay.
You big lug. Get out of here. Okay.
It's too cold outside.
Bedtime. He only listens when his daddy's around. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Amarantha's titles mirror Feyre's titles. As such, Huntress, High Lady, maybe High Queen, and Fairy Queen. Number 2, the land chose Feyre because in ACOTAR, the forest in the middle parted to let her through. So that is around chapter 58 and 59.
In which, this is in ACOTAR, you said?
That was in ACOTAR where the land parted.
Oh, okay.
It said the forest in the middle parted to let her through.
Oh.
It says, the woods seem to monitor each of my steps. ACOMAF, page 217. Number 3, symbolic. The first time Feyre sat on a throne after being crowned High Lady was in a court of nightmares. She sat on the throne and Rhys leaned against it. Number 4, I don't know if that is important, but it feels important. Feyre is able to befriend Perithian's deadliest monsters. Example, the Suriel and the Bryaxis. Is that how you say it? Bryaxis?
Yeah. I probably said it totally different. Yeah, Bryaxis.
Number 5. Quote, leave this world a better place than how you found it, Cursebreaker, end of quote. The Suriel in ACOTAR. Mm-hmm. Number 6, power of all 7 High Lords. I mean, she is, she does have all the powers within her. Even Rhys does not have that. So just the fact that she has that. I mean, I think she's still a baby in terms of powers, like learning
you have
them.
To hone those skills. You can't just, go. You still have to learn them and, kind of hone
Rhys
them in.
has done it for over 500 years.
Yes.
So, of course, he's probably still, even if Feyre was going to become more powerful. He is, at this moment, more powerful than her because he knows how to control the powers. Number 7, quote, you were given life by all 7 of us. What if we gave you more than expected? What if you could stand against us, hold your own, a High Lady or High Queen? ACOMAF, page 73.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we'll see something like that eventually, probably coming, because I think this is going to have to go full circle, and we're going to see more of Feyre and Rhys and again after we do our side stories. I think we're going to get a little bit. I would think we would get a little bit more because this is setting up for this massive world or multi-universe war. And if with all her power she has, most likely she's even more powerful than, for sure. Well, we don't know really what Bryce, has 100%. We're learning that.
I mean,
we're going to learn it as these books go on.
As of right now,
I mean,
she has all the power, so would she technically be the most powerful? It's just like I said, she doesn't know how to control them all yet. And
correct me if you guys think I'm wrong, even over ALLL, because I'm just thinking, even over ALLL, because she has all 7
High Lord.
High Lord.
But isn't
powers.
Aelyn's world different? So maybe her
It
powers.
Is, but I'm just saying,
could...
as of right now, if I was gonna put 3 girls up,
yeah,
Bryce, Aelyn, and Feyre, just because of that one, like, thing of her inheriting all these, you know, powers, I would think that would make her the most powerful. But I don't. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I wrong?
Again, we're stumped. Number 8, quote, "No one was my master, but I could be the master of everything if I wished, if I dared." End of quote. ACOMAF, page 319. Number 9, quote, what get rid of the high... What get?
It's probably a typo.
Rid of the High Lords? Perhaps, but mostly eliminate the inherent privileges of High Fae over the lesser fairies. Tarquin, that's end of quote. Tarquin to Feyre in ACOMAF, page 323. Number 10, in ACOTAR, Feyre sees a mural where a female hand holds the cauldron. Maybe the mother, maybe pointing to Feyre being High Queen. Number 11, Lady of Many Faces, Queen of Many Faces. So Lady of Many Faces is Book of Breathing calling Feyre Queen of Many Faces, Book in Crescent City. What would that mean?
I don't know, but they're living connected?
Maybe. Number 12, A Court of Silver Flames, chapter 42. Amren and Rhys talking about High King. Quote, "I didn't do anything to earn my power. I was born with it." End of quote. Feyre did earn her power.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, she was blessed with it, but she earned it because of all she did to save them. So yes, you're right. Sorry, I was just all of a sudden like, well.
13, number 13, A Court of Silver Flames, chapter 42. Feyre isn't interested in being High Queen. End of quote. Quote, "She would do the necessary evil to protect her unborn child."
Absolutely. I think.
Quote. Of course,
Anybody
anybody would. Number 14, Aelyn ended up as queen. A House of Sky and Breath mentioned Bryce twice as future queen. Feyre equals High Queen.
Okay, say that again.
Aelyn ended up as queen. In A House of Sky and Breath mentioned Bryce twice as the future queen. Feyre equals High Queen.
But in their realms, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that would just tell you there too. But
15, quote, "Once I discovered and mastered what the others had given me, I could weave them together into something new, something of every court and none of them." ACOMAF, page 451. Number 16, ACOWAR, page 419. Quote, "Would we fight against Hybern only to find ourselves with a king and queen of Prythian?" End of quote. Tamlin about Rhys and Feyre. Faison. 17, quote, "Today Rhys' mysterious clothier made me into the Queen of Night." End of quote. ACOWAR, page 464. Did I say that right? Would that be clothier?
Yeah, clothier.
Remember, we're not good at
Why is
words.
it just this series? I feel like we're worse with this series
God,
than
it's
any
terrible.
other series. We just sound like dumb bunnies.
Yes.
I just read that book to my daughter, The Dumb Bunnies, in my head.
18, quote, "Look at you, a child of all 7 courts, like and unlike all. How the cauldron purrs in your presence." End of quote. Chapter 64, ACOMAF. 19, quote, "And the new emerging world beyond. A Court of Frost and Starlight." Chapter 1. 20, number 20, quote, "I love the work, actually. This territory, its people. They were as much my heart as my mate." End of quote. A Court of Frost and Starlight, chapter 1.
And I feel like that too happened because, you know, she never really fit in her own personal, when she was living in the mortal realm. I mean, look how, everyone treated her, and I feel like she never really felt, loved and all that. So I feel that this is why she feels it's her stop it. This is her home.
Yes.
And so these are her people.
Yes. Number 21, quote, "There was more that I could do to help. Personally, I just hadn't figured it out yet." A Court of Frost and Starlight, chapter 1. Number 22, quote, "And followed her high lord and lady through the darkness back into the light," end of quote. A Court of Frost and Starlight, chapter 6. Number 23, Rhys's point of view at the end of ACOMAF. He thinks of Feyre as my queen. Number
Don't they all?
Well, you better be their queen.
My husband thinks of me as his queen too. He better.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't said it. Number 24.
He doesn't.
Feyre and ACOMAF being like, quote, "I knew I hadn't finished what I was born to do," end of quote. And Surrey telling her in ACOWAR, quote, "Leave the world a better place than how you found it," end of quote. Number 25, his high lady looks so young, he always forgot how young she truly was, considering what she already faced and achieved in her life, end of quote. Number 26.
She did have a hard life.
Book of Breathings called Feyre Princess 3 times. Quote, "Princess of Carian," end of quote. Princess of Decay, end of quote. Quote, "Princess with," and then they got interrupted by Amren because that's what she is right now. She's gonna be queen later. Did that make sense, that last one? Hopefully it did. So yeah, that was it of her points in how she thinks. He's hi. Okay.
Yes, I love you.
So she came up with all these things that she found in terms of maybe how Feyre could become High Queen and Rhys become High King, which I do think it's rather likely because they did mention it. Remember they mentioned it and Rhys was like, "No, I don't want to be the High King," but he might have to because
he didn't want to be over everyone, right? He just wants to be over his own court. He doesn't want to go to... Oh, okay, we're not playing right now. Okay.
Okay, but
This is not the time.
So yes, I think it's leaning there. And the fact that she has... This is Beau.
He's a snorter. And a growler. Okay, Beau. Goodness.
What was my point?
I mean, yes, I think that this was always setting up for that, especially because
Calm down.
they made, like you said, there's so many hints that are going into it. Plus, it's just like the story of who they are. You would think that obviously this story about these two people is going to be bigger than it, it's going to be bigger. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Rhys wants best for Prythene no matter what, especially because there's a lot of turmoil. They don't want
and he wants to protect.
Yes.
What's it called? I want to call it Atlantis. What's it called?
Oh, what is?
What is this little secret city? Valeris.
Atlantis.
Atlantis. Just popped into my head.
What's that from? Atlantis? Is that a movie? Or is it like
an underworld, an underground, like forgotten underwater? Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I think it's setting up, and even though he says he doesn't want it, but do you really think he loves her so much? Do you think he's really just gonna give it all to her? I think I could see them going together in on it. Do you think that that's where it's going, is more she's going to become the High Queen of everyone and he will just let her rule that?
Well, can't they do it together? They High King and High Queen.
That's what I see it as more, not just, I don't know, I kind of just see it as them together kind of take it. But maybe not all the other High Lords will want that, but come on, even if they don't want that and they want him to stick with, Valeris, the problem is is they're still married. You still go home and you still tell them what's going on through.
I think they both can rule together. I mean, Rhys is the most powerful High Lord, so I think that they would rule together and they would hone in on her powers, and he's obviously powerful, and so yeah, I think they would rule together. That's me though.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would think it, but this was kind of, I felt like this was kind of saying that the more they think just Feyre.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean I could see them both being more of the, yeah, I don't know. We've repeated that over and over again. It's not like we need to say that again.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a pretty short theories, but if you want to find it on Tumblr, like I said, it is the author, well, the person who came up with this, Shallyne, Shallyne. And honestly, I just typed in, I found it earlier and then I couldn't find it, but then I remembered it's called High Queen Feyre. So you can go on and find it that way. You just type it into Tumblr. But there's some interesting things.
And you know it's coming down to High Queen Feyre, Queen ALLL, and future Queen Bryce.
Yes, they're all gonna somehow
gonna conquer this world together.
Yeah,
and maybe that's also what helps them become their the High Queen of her, her realm, and the other girls. Like this is gonna maybe solidify that over Rhys too.
Yes. Oh, and this person said that there is a TikTok, says, plus this TikTok that I saw yesterday. She said, it's not mine, but very interesting, so it kind of goes along with it. Well, I want to
see the TikTok.
Well, I can't show it on here.
Oh.
So, but yes. And then go on and read it. There might be some things that's harder to read on here. It's easy, read it to you guys. If you guys just read it yourself, you would get it at some point.
You know what I'm really impressed by? I'm going to tell you. That Shallyne decided to go through every darn book there was and scope out these little references.
That's why we don't come up with theories.
I just don't understand. I don't know how. Mm-hmm. Like, you and I would read through it and not get it. Mm-hmm. We would just read it and go,
I would give up. I'd be like, oh, whatever.
No. Let's just say like it's right on the page. We would read right past it and not even know that was a reference to what they're saying.
We did pass school, so don't worry.
We did?
Yeah. So
anyway, I think that's it for this series. So we will be back hopefully very soon with another one because there's stuff that we want to get to. Someone is being very loud coming into the front door. But anyways, we would like you to like this video and subscribe, and we will see you again soon.
Bye.